artists. We have now entered a new season. Winter is over and spring is here. Let's create our own spring coloring page. We're going to start with a pencil and have our paper be vertical. That's up and down. So we do not want side to side horizontal paper. Let's keep it vertical today. Let's start with some characters. Maybe a snail. We're going to use a lot of things that come back out in springtime. So I'm going to start here at the bottom of my paper and I'm going to use a spiral line. And to do that, I'm going to start in the middle and go around, almost like I'm going to start a circle, and I'm going to continue going around and around, and this is going to be the shell of our snail. Now, I could stop right here, and that is our spiral, but I'm going to continue going. I'm going to keep going, and then I'm going to come back up and back down like a little rainbow and connect back to my spiral. And this is going to be for our snail body. Let's give him some eyes, and I think he might like some glasses. Add some little glasses here, and let's give him a little smile. Happy that it's springtime. On top, let's give our snail a hat. So I'm going to start with a horizontal line on top of the snail's head. Give some vertical lines on the end, almost like we're going to make a rectangle, but let's give a little half circle or a little rainbow line for the hat. At the bottom, you could add a fun squiggly line underneath the snail for its legs. I'm going to add some circles inside just for some extra detail. Next, I think I'm going to add a flower. Flowers love springtime, and they love all the rain that we've been getting. So I added a stem, and now I'm starting with the letter U. And inside that letter U, let's use a zigzag line to make a tulip. And there we have our flower. I think I'm going to add a little leaf to my flower and maybe add some maybe make it look like a little worm is starting to eat. I'm going to use a bumpy line here to make it look like a worm is eating our leaf. So let's have a worm climb up the stem. I'm going to start with a big circle here and then add some smaller circles for our worm climbing on up. Let's give him some antennas. And give a little smiley face. Like it's eating the flower. Chomp, chomp, chomp. And if you have space, you could add another little flower. I don't have a ton of space, but I'm going to make it look like it's going off the page, and that's okay. So I repeated those same steps for this flower. Let's move on somewhere up here. We've got some extra space. Let's add a butterfly. To make the butterfly body, let's use a really stretched out oval. Or you can start with a really skinny rainbow line and then connect with a really skinny letter U. I'm going to use some rainbow lines to make my butterfly wings. I had to make it go behind my flower, but that's okay. And this one's going off the page. That's okay too. I think I'm gonna add some antennas here. And I think let's add a little ladybug. On top of the wing here, I'm going to add a rainbow line and connect the bottom with a horizontal line. And underneath, let's add some little legs. You could add little circles for the feet. On the side here, let's add a little face and some antennas here. And everybody's so happy that it's springtime. I'm gonna add some spots for our ladybug. We could even add a little smile to our butterfly if you'd like. And I think I'm gonna add some designs to my butterfly. You can add your own designs to your butterfly. It does not have to look like mine. This is your spring coloring picture. Make it how you want. You could add more designs and more things as well. And I think I'm going to add a little bee flying around our flowers. And to make our bee, I used another oval and little rainbow lines to make my wings. And bees have black stripes, so you can color it in now or you can wait and color it in a little bit. You can give that bee a little smile. This is pretty jam-packed. I might add a little sun in the very, very back here, so everybody can enjoy the day. Maybe it's smiling too. Hey everybody, shining down. And I do have some extra space, so I think I might just add some polka dots. You could add some hearts, because we love springtime and that wonderful warm weather. You could add some more like spiral lines, practice these new lines that we're making. It's okay to fill up space. It doesn't always have to just be blank. And now we can start using our awesome colors that we have. But first, I am going to use a Sharpie. Now, we just colored everything or drew everything with a pencil. And that's fine to start coloring, but sometimes you might want to use a Sharpie. Now, to use a Sharpie, we have to be very careful. It might get on your skin, but that's okay. You can always wash it off and it'll wear off throughout the day. But if we get it on our clothes, it is permanent. It won't wash away. We don't want that. That's bad. We want to make sure that we are very gentle with these because we share them in the art room. So when we take the cap off, we're going to turn it and put the cap on the end of our Sharpie. Now we're ready to use it. We are only tracing over our pencil lines. Tracing, and I'm going to start here on our flower, means I'm going over my pencil lines only. And I am taking my time. So there, I just did the flower. I need to finish the rest of the flower. But oh, I got to my worm. So I'm going to make sure that I go over all the circles for my worm. And there's some of the stem peeking through. Gentle little dots for the eyes and the mouth. And make sure we get our antenna in there. It's very important that we go over all of our pencil lines. So we take it one part of our picture at a time. And now I can take the eraser on my pencil and I can lightly erase some of the pencil lines that are still peeking through. You don't have to press very hard with your eraser, just be gentle. Just be gentle. You might have an extra big eraser and you can use that as well. It's important to move your hand that you don't hold your pencil with to hold your paper. That way it stays nice and flat and you won't tear your paper. So just be gentle and work your way around your paper until you think you've got all your extra pencil. Now it's time to brush away those eraser crumbs, and now it's time to color. Now, we've just spent a good amount of time coloring our picture or drawing our picture. We should take the same amount of care while coloring our picture. So let's make sure that we are coloring in as nicely and as best as we can. Let's make sure that we are doing our absolute best work.